start talking, I need a Prozac. My hair's wet. It's damp. Y'all, tell me why it's perfect out here right now. Perfect. Excuse me. Of course I go live and start sneezing. No, I'm snotting. Good morning, y'all. It's gonna be a beautiful day. 100 degrees. Damn it. This sun is killing me, man. And my allergies. I slept pretty decent. The sun. No, I'm gonna have to go into Walmart to blow my nose. Only sneezed once, maybe twice. Good morning, y'all. Sorry, I'm not full of enthusiasm this morning. It's Monday. Mondays suck. Mondays suck. I miss running around and working. I do. Oh. Usually on Mondays, I'd be getting ready for content. Can't do that anymore. To get me through this semi-time line. Good morning. I use the bathroom. Always do. Whoa. Oh, I put it in the basket. I'm like, where's my phone? In the basket. Trying to stay out the mud puddles so I don't get wet because the bike tires fly up water. Good morning. People are crazy. Don't make me start blocking people this morning. Jesus. I ain't even got started yet, and we're already off to a bad foot. put you down. Good morning. Y'all, I'm about to just block everybody and cut the comments off. I'm already pissed. What is going on? Nowhere to set shit. Ever. Oh. Damn it. My cup is so heavy that it messes the whole bike up. You see it trying to tip over? I was just thinking about the weekend. Electrolytes. The little bodega opens at 5. I went and got ice. Why don't shopping carts have cup holders? They should. They should. We don't do retracted messages on this channel. We also don't do lies. Let me tell you the rules before we get started. No lying, no sexual harassment. It's 100 degrees. If I want to dress like this, I'm allowed to because I'm a fitness junkie, so suck my dick. No retracted messages, no sexual harassment, no BS. You know, like asking why has no one helped this woman? Blocked. Asking stupid questions. Will I get my truck back? Blocked. Yes, it's a stupid question because that's all we've talked about for 7 days. 30 videos, at least, that would answer his questions. I ain't got time for it. Good morning. Oh, good morning. All right, let's set this somewhere where it won't spill. Probably will still spill. Good morning. They probably have music on now. They do. First of all, they have really loud music on, and there's people all over the place in the bathroom. Ugh, what a beautiful morning. What a beautiful morning. Oh, actually, I might need that to set you down. Y'all, this is crazy, ain't it? I thought it was bad. I knew it could. That's what I was fighting so hard to like save, you know? Yeah. None of it my fault though. Thank God. You know, I wish I could say, oh, I did something to deserve this, but unfortunately I didn't. It is what it is. Yeah, I know I do. I know I deserve much better than this. I know. I'm aware. My hair's messed up this morning. It's still damp. Good morning, Miss GT500. I have to ignore this comments. Thank you, Velvet Red Iguana. I saw that. They're just expensive, you know. Yeah, I know. It stormed all night. Who are you telling? It stormed all night until early, about 2:30. I don't know. I could be wrong. It might have been 3:30. I need some caffeine. I haven't really had any today. A half a cup of coffee. You know what sucks is to have all of this ambition and initiative and worth ethic and not be able to put it into play. That's how it's been for 3 years since the economy crashed. Can't find a job worth a damn. Matter of fact, you want to hear something funny? It's not really funny. It's actually quite sad. One of the largest companies here in Stokes County is going out of business. Unify. They're actually moving all of their jobs overseas, and every person that works at Unify here who supports a family on that income, they're now going to be without a job. So the dominoes are falling even in small towns, is my point. Yeah, it's the largest company in Stokes. 4 employers. And all of those people are getting laid off, which is going to cause a huge problem in a city of just a few thousand people. They're moving them overseas. You know why? Because of the big, beautiful bill. Yep. Because of the big, beautiful bill. Because of Trump's new laws. They're moving overseas, and all of those people that work at Unify are now going to be out of work, struggling even more, as if Unify paid, you know, $20 an hour. What the fuck is that? Like, whatever. And I wonder how many families are going to be impacted to the point that they lose housing. These people around here don't have a lot of money. It's hard to make money in a town that's so damn small. You can throw a rock on one end and hit the other end with a rock. There are no opportunities here. This is why I was in Florida looking for work. And now the only company that even quite potentially might have hired me, might, keyword, criminal record, from over 20 years ago, might have hired me, is now going out of business. Unify. So that's great. That's the only company in this entire town that would have hired me. How do I know? Great question, because I've already applied every fucking where. 2022 and 2023. Walmart's cutting back hours. UPS is cutting out back hours. Fucking Unify is going overseas, laying off tons of people. Everywhere is laying off. Stop with the fucking buffoonery. The only people that don't know this is people that don't pay bills. It's exhausting. Fuck, even Meta, Facebook, Google, all laying off. 10,000 layoffs. That's no small little feat, honey. That's a lot of people affected. Going back into the unemployment market. We got, just that 1 week alone, we had 250,000 people apply for benefits, for unemployment benefits. Let's see what it was last week. Let's see how many people was laid off last week and had to go file for unemployment benefits. Because it's been 250,000 every week for the past, 6 months. It's crazy. And the Trump administration is like, oh, we added 118,000 jobs. Okay, but you've got 8 million people out of work. And I love the Trump administration, but I think this is a big mistake. I don't think he's doing what I intended for him to do. How many people filed for unemployment last week? 233,000. We have over 1 million people filing for unemployment a month, and we're adding 100,000 jobs a month to the market. It's so laughable. I mean, it's just so ridiculously stupid that people can't do basic math that it's laughable. We are cooked. Have been. Have been. Not only that, but the college unemployment rate is now spiking above the national average. That means that if you have a degree, you have a less likely chance of finding a job, whereas if you don't have a degree, you have a more likely chance. That's new. I wonder what that's going to affect. 4.6 for college graduates and 4.2 for non-college graduates. Ruh-roh. What does that mean for the future? June, so that would be last week. Every single week in June, we had over 230,000 people a week apply for unemployment benefits. That's 1 million people in 1 month. Almost. Just a little shy. We're going to round it up. How many jobs did we add? How many jobs did we add in June? 25. $147,000. We're like 800,000 short, boss. More than that. We're so fucking cooked. And it's every week, too. You know, it's every week. 250, 230,000 a week are signing up for unemployment. That means that every single week, There's 250,000 people being laid off from random jobs throughout the United States, and they're applying for unemployment. And those are just the ones that apply for unemployment. Not everybody that loses their job applies for unemployment. Those are just the ones that apply for unemployment. Every week, we have over 230,000 people being added to the unemployment line. And we're only adding 118,000 jobs a month. How long does this go on before the dominoes completely fall and it's the worst case scenario? Whatever is to come, it's going to be worse than the Great Depression. People don't understand. And I don't know how I know these things. I see things for what they are. You know, I guess a lot of people watch the news and they see Trump saying, oh, well, we added 147,000 jobs in June. But what he's not telling you is that they laid off over 1 million people. So June, we had over 1 million people, right at 1 million people laid off. We added 147,000 jobs. So that's what, 850,000 people that we have out of work just in June. Let's look into April. How many people went on unemployment in April of 25? $222 on April 19th. For the week ending in April 12th, it was 215,000. So just like the month prior, another 1 million people out of work. Let's see how many jobs we added. It's been like this every month since last year. I started doing this last year, recorded all of it. And I mean, it's so bad. How many jobs did we add in April of 25? 177,000, but we had 1 million people laid off. So now we have 177, so we'll round it up to 200,000. Let's just say 800,000 in April, another 850,000 in June. Those are people that went into unemployment, that have no job, that still don't have a job. We would have to add 10 million jobs to this country to fix things. We have around 8 million people out of work, and we would need about that many jobs to fix things. We don't have enough jobs. We don't have enough housing that's affordable. Everything is astronomically expensive. Yeah, we're fucking cooked. And everywhere just keeps going out of business. Everywhere just keeps going out of business. There are no jobs, and I'm sick of arguing with stupid people that don't even have a job or not even trying to get a job. You know, it's frustrating. It is. When I'm out here living it, and I know the truth because I have enough common sense to look up these damn facts myself. When you have companies such as Google, Facebook, banks, hospitals are laying off. Nurses are getting fired. Financial institutions laying off. Citibank, Wells Fargo, First Citizens. If you don't think it's bad, then maybe you need to stop by a hospital and see how they don't have doctors and nurses because they're laying them off. That's the medical field. If the medical industry is suffering and they make billions of dollars every year, what does that mean about every other business that don't make billions of dollars every year? Come on, man. And if they're not getting laid off, they're quitting. Nurses. I'm going back to my music. This shit's making me depressed. I already know what I know. I'm just waiting for it to hit the fan so people be like, oh my God. Like, yeah. What do you think I've been doing for 4 years? Living absolute hell. How do you think I know all this? I've lived through all of this. This is how I know this, because I've experienced this myself. It's crazy. We're fucking cooked. And I feel bad for anybody that works at Unify that's getting laid off, man. That's the best company to work for in this county. And they're sending all their jobs overseas. There's one guy that's been there for almost 40 years, and they tried to send him to another country. He said he doesn't know if he's going, but you know it's bad. They make this yarn out of plastic over there. They make some kind of plastic wiring at Unify, if I'm not mistaken. It's some kind of, they do something with recycled plastic and they make something else with it. And they're sending those jobs overseas because it's cheaper. Because of Trump, they said that because of his policies, they had to switch some stuff up. So now they're sending this job overseas, and there's a lot of people in this town that's going to be struggling because of that. A lot of people that work there have worked there for decades. It's messed up. It's extremely messed up. So you got employees that have worked for you for 10, 20, 30 years. And instead of thinking about them, all you care about is yourself. When you're the one making money, you don't even pay them enough. You don't take care of them like you should. And you're still just going to do what's best for you and take those jobs overseas and leave these couple hundred people without work and no way to feed their family after they dedicated 10, 20, 30 years of service to your business. Man, I hope that factory burns down in the middle of the night. 100%. I hope a meteor hits it and it fucking implodes. That's fucked up. They've already started moving all of the equipment out, shipping it overseas. I had no clue. Somebody told me this morning. That was the only company that I might have been able to get hired at. Because they're the only ones that hire felons in the entire county. Yes. Yes. If we've got more college graduates out here with jobs than non-college graduates, that tells you there's a huge problem. They're getting out of college and they can't even get a job. The unemployment rate for college graduates spiked yesterday, or actually Friday. It went up to 4.6, which is 4 points higher than the national average. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So you're better off not even going to college nowadays. By those statistics, you have a more probable cause of not even, getting a job without a degree. That's encouraging for the hundreds of thousands of Americans that have already took out student loans and are debt trapped into student loans. Makes me so angry. So angry. She's wrong though. Really? And when's the last time you worked a job, buddy? Probably never. Yeah, Christian, it's crazy. There is a doctor and nurse shortage. The issue is they're laying off doctors and nurses because they don't have the money to pay them. Hospitals have not been financially responsible with their money. So a lot of hospitals are filing for bankruptcy right now. Nurses are quitting in droves. Doctors are not even going to medical school. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. We have a huge problem. Let's see here. Yes, there are reports of nurses being laid off despite ongoing concerns about nursing shortages and the potential impact on patient care. These layoffs are occurring due to various factors, including financial constraints, budget, and you know how I know this? Because I watched a whole hour special here. I think it's called Frontline. There's an hour documentary on YouTube that you can watch about why nurses are quitting and why they're being laid off. And the main component in the documentary talks about financial irresponsibility on the hospital's part. And it's crazy because they make billions of dollars every year. These layoffs are occurring due to various factors, including financial constraints, budget cuts, and changes in healthcare delivery modes. Hospitals are facing rising costs, changes in reimbursement structures, and reduced revenue from decreased patient volume for non-emergency procedures. They're making more money than they've ever made before. This is buffoonery. Do you know how much a Tylenol is in the ER? Do you know how much an ER visit is? thousands of dollars to sit in triage and wait for somebody to come take your blood pressure. They're full of They making more money than they've ever made before. There's no excuse for this. Too many people got their hands in the honey pot. Just 3 days ago in San Diego, they laid off 200 nurses. UCSD, San Francisco, or San Diego. Nurses and nurse aides at the UC San Diego Health on Thursday railed against the abrupt decision to lay off more than 200 workers. These are nurses being laid off. But we don't have a problem in this country or anything. Lots of jobs. Lots of jobs. Roughly 3 dozen people. Hey, buddy, come back. Where'd he go? Did y'all see him? Roughly 3 dozen people railed in front of the UCSD Jacobs Medical Center to protest the cuts. The healthcare company laid off 230 workers. I'm laughing because I just get all tingly inside when I'm right. I wouldn't say a lot of the stuff that I say unless I knew I was right. I know I don't say it right, and sometimes I mess up what I'm saying, but you know what I meant. And I've been seeing this for a year. They've been laying off nurses for about a year. 2024, I would say last summer is when I probably first saw the first reports of nurses and doctors being laid off. And here's a report from October of 24 that's saying the irony of nurses being laid off during a shortage, a broken system in crisis. So even last year they was talking about why nurses were being laid off. Now they're quitting in droves as well because of the conditions. They treat them like shit. They don't appreciate them. Patients disrespect them, and when they go to their higher ups to get assistance in some kind of problem, their higher ups kiss the patient's ass and they treat the nurses like crap. So on May 5th, the New York Presbyterian healthcare system announced a sweeping staffing cuts across the hospital system of over 1,000 hospital workers. Interesting. When was that? This was in June. This was just in June. They cut 1,000 hospital workers in June. Approximately 200 healthcare workers, including 65 NYSNA nurses and nurse practitioners, caregivers, were served layoff notices across 4 different campuses: Columbia, Brooklyn, Hudson, and Queens. And it was 1,000 workers altogether. Here in North Carolina, they've done cuts, nurses cuts. NC Healthcare and Human Services Department to cut 80 jobs. When was this? March of this year, they cut nurses from North Carolina. 80 positions. The cuts are part of the Trump administration cutting $12 billion in federal grants to health services. So this is from a policy that he has. They're cutting back healthcare workers because of this policy. Oh my God. The U.S. Department of NC House of Department of Human Services said on Thursday it would eliminate 10,000 more jobs as it reconstructures. I wonder how those 10,000 healthcare positions here in North Carolina is going to disrupt North Carolinians. They're cutting 10,000 nursing positions, healthcare workers. So that could be doctors, I don't know, anybody, chiropractors, I don't freaking know. Anybody that works in healthcare. 10,000 positions here. That includes 10,000 in layoffs, as well as another 10,000 workers who are taking early retirement or buyout offers that were given to nearly all federal employees by the Trump administration. So it's actually 20,000 positions just for North Carolina. No biggie. You know, that's not going to affect anything. When was this posted? This is from WRAL, March 26th of 25. We're cooked, folks. Cooked. Stick a fork in us. We are done. Oh, look. Here's another one. March 8th of 25. Mission cuts. Let's see here. Hold on. They're reducing pay for nurses at the Mission Hospital. Is significantly reducing pay for nurses who work weekends. A move is already calling departures, and that will require other nurses to work those shifts to improve. Some pervert, y'all. Swear to God, if he walks up here, I'm not in the mood this morning. I'm going to cuss his old ass out. I'm sitting here working, minding my business, and it's always somebody up in my shit. Fucking old pervert. So it looks like over 63 nurses has had their pay cut, and this caused some of the nurses to leave. The hourly bonus dropped from $40 to $15. Let me tell you something. These hospitals are being so greedy. Let me tell you what they're doing. They're fucking themselves in the long run. Nobody's going to want to become a nurse now. The only reason they were nurses before was because of the money. I'm sorry. I know all you men want to think that all these women have these kind hearts and that they want to help people and be accommodating. No. They go into this industry to make money. That's what it is. You should see the bedside manner of some of these bitches. It's not good, okay? Not good. They go into the industry for money. If you take the money away, you're not going to have any nurses. That's what's happening. Nobody goes into healthcare because they have a kind heart, honey. That's stupid. That's like going to the military because you want to serve your country. Okay, bless your heart. Maybe that's your 18-year-old story, but let's hear you say something else at 38. You'll feel differently at 38. You know what I mean? Like, Lancaster, South Carolina, more than 170 healthcare Novant employees laid off June 25th of 20. Hold on. This was last year of 24. So just last year, Novant Health, which is one of the largest healthcare providers in North Carolina, they laid off 200 employees almost. I mean, it's been nonstop since last year. Every article is about Trump laying off. DukeChronicle.com. Damn, I meant to go in there. I got bully every day. Reba, that is what I've heard. Is that Reba? I've heard that these inside of these, like, you know, hospitals are like high school. I've heard some horror stories. Not only that, I was reading statistics on jobs that are promiscuous. Do you know that statistically speaking, nursing is one of the most promiscuous jobs on earth? It's like hookup culture within the hospital. It's like they do it in the sheriff's department. You know how all the sheriff's departments are hooking up and shit? Same thing in the hospitals. It's just a bunch of promiscuous behavior, drinking. They're like high school students, and the girls treat the other girls like shit. Especially new nurses. They get bullied to death by the old school nurses. It's a culture of hazing when they go to work in these hospitals. It's messed up. It's messed up. They were trying to kill me. I believe you. I believe you. I say that all the time. I'm like, they're trying to kill me, and people don't believe me, but they really are trying to kill me. I believe you. I hear you. I see you. I believe it, girl. I believe it. There was a employee at the bank, that was getting bullied by the other employees of the bank, and she took out $1 million lawsuit. They were terrorizing her while she was at work. They were taking like Chucky dolls and putting them at her desk, knowing that she was fearful of Chucky. It caused her to have a mental health breakdown so bad that it caused her to get PTSD, and she was unable to work after that. You don't know what people's been through and what they're going through. To play with somebody like that and to have like, it's like a workplace and you are antagonizing your employees, I hope she wins every single penny, because they were absolutely trying to antagonize her and terrorize her in the workplace. They were bullying her in a financial institution. She worked for like, I think it was Citibank or Wells Fargo. And from the moment she started, they started bullying her at work. They would do things intentionally, leave things on her desk, leave things in her chair. They would say things to her that was rude. And then it came down to the point to where they placed this doll that was like the Chucky doll with the knife, the fake little redhead kid, the redheaded killer. They put a Chucky doll in her chair. And that caused her to have such a massive panic attack. She actually had to be rushed to the hospital, at which time she was hospitalized for a while for mental health reasons, because they ended up determining she had PTSD from the workplace bullying. And so she took out, I think, a $2 million lawsuit against her employer. And I hope she wins every penny, because the fact is that she went to her higher ups and told them that these people were bullying her, and they did nothing about it. They did nothing about it. They thought it was cute. Her boss was in on the hazing and bullying in the workplace. Her boss, her higher up. It's crazy. Thank you. How do you say that? Concetta? Concetta. People are so rude. And that's what I'm saying. People knew that she had mental health problems prior, and they were using that information to try to harm her further psychologically in the office. I mean, it's just so blatantly evil. And, people get mad when I say that people like that don't deserve to live, but I will probably always feel that way. Whoever those people were in the office bullying her and using her mental health problems against her to get a reaction out of her and to try to harm her, people like that don't deserve to live. You've been given the choice of free will, and you choose to be evil. You choose to be evil. I'm holding up pretty well. I can't complain. I mean, I'm on the streets, but I can't sit around crying every day. It won't do me no darn good. Hell, I'm better off looking up all the layoffs. It's crazy. I wonder if they have a total of how many nurses were laid off last year. It's really sad, because we need our first responders. They're cutting out 80,000 jobs in Virginia, nursing positions. This just dropped. So ironic, because, we'll wake up, we'll start talking about things, and then boom. I don't pick the content, it picks me. Durham nurses rally against Trump administrations to cut 80,000 VA jobs. Staffing levels would be reduced to under 400,000. $80,000 jobs. Jesus Christ. Long Beach Memorial is laying off 175 healthcare workers. And this is going to be... So let me just read some of this. Oh. In 2024, major players like CVS Health and Bio-Rad Laboratories made headlines by trimming their staff. CVS Health reportedly cut over 1,000 jobs, while BioLife Rad slashed more than 350 positions in response to financial pressures, which included a net loss of $1.84 billion. These sweeping changes underscore the urgency for healthcare systems to realign their resources and streamline operations. rising operation expenses. This is bullcrap. I'm so annoyed. This is shit. They're full of it. They're full of it.
You know they got DMV here?
Do what?
They got DMV here?
No. No, they don't. I don't think so.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Uh-huh, you too. DMV. Damn. Homeless guy. He's looking for the DMV. Because, you know, he's just a fucking bum that doesn't want to drive. He was looking for the DMV. There's no DMV out here. The closest one, I think, is Rockingham County. I saw him walking down the road this morning. I went bicycling past him. You don't see homeless people here. He looks maybe 20. Black guy. Why did God put me in this position? If he wants me to help people, why doesn't he help me? You too.
You sit out here and live stream all day?
No.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to bother you. I was just heard you talking about that Chucky doll, and I've heard that story before.
Yeah, it was horrible. How mean.
Yeah.
Let's go. You can't sit outside Walmart for an hour. It just upset me because, like, you know, he's clearly homeless and he's clearly trying. And most people would say, look at him and say, oh, he's not trying. And he's clearly trying because he's... Damn. Sorry I dropped you. He's clearly looking for a damn DMV so he can figure out some shit. Probably get him an ID so that they can get him a home, but without an ID, you can't get any kind of help. Yeah, fun fact, you'd need an ID or a driver's license to even get help. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have anything, and no one. It just upsets me. Because, like, I want to be in a position to help people like that, and I can't. And now I'm even worse off because of bullies. Where's my phone? I was not waking up planning to cry this morning. It just bothers me.
Hey, stay cool. It's going to be hot out.
I know. Thank you. You too. Yeah, like... I don't know. You know what I mean. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry, Reba. People suck. They really do. They really do. That asshole, he said, oh, you're just going to sit out here and live stream? If I fucking want to. If I fucking want to, I will. This is what I'm saying. Like, people are really offended by me just minding my business. When is society going to see it's not me? I'm sitting here trying to care about fucking humanity more than anybody else does. I clearly do. I'm clearly the only one that gives a fuck at all. Don't fucking say something, you fucking loser. I need a coffee. That guy looks like he either just got out of the hospital or rehab. He had a bag that had some hospital staff name on it, you know. It looked like some kind of, I don't want to say what it was. I'm pretty sure I know what it was, which was a drug rehab. I could be wrong. I might be. I probably am. It's fucked up, man. I'm sick of seeing this shit, and it's only going to get worse. And everybody else lives with blinders on, treating them like shit, making them move on. Everything's got a ton of sugar. It's 2025. You'd think they'd make something that didn't have damn 30 grams of sugar for breakfast. Good morning. That's gonna be it. I do. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Concetta. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you. You too. Yeah, I wonder who dropped him off around here. Because there's like nothing out here, and like it's weird. Oh, okay, thank God, because I barely speak English half the time. It's just, it literally upsets me to see people in that position, and then to hear them try. He's like, do you know where the DMV is? And I'm like, there is no DMV, like, not to my knowledge. Like, it just sucks, because if you saw him walking down the street, you'd say he wasn't trying. And he's out here walking around with everything he owns on his back, looking for the DMV, obviously trying. You know? Just makes me mad, man. Modern misconception, oh, there's resources for those people. No, there's not. Stop with the lies. Do I need to call around to the shelters and show you? Because I can. Y'all want to do that? You want to do that? You want to call the shelters and ask if I can get a bed for the night? Waste my time? It wouldn't be a waste of time. It would just prove to you guys that what I say is true. It's crazy. And the closest one is 45 miles from here. How am I supposed to do that on a bike? I guess it'd take me 2 or 3 days. This cup is getting on my nerves because it won't fit in the cup holder. Good morning. Hello, Viking. Loyalty, loyalty. Yeah, I know. It really is loyalty, loyalty. he really upset me. And it's not his fault, you know. It's just, I'm out here and I see it. I'm out here and I see it, and it bothers me. And I don't know why I would be in this position with all of this initiative, and I would be put in the position to not be able to help, you know? It sucks. Why would he gift me with this kind of compassion and empathy and then throw me into a situation where I can't use it to help people? It's frustrating. It hurts. How can I see things for what they are and know how to fix them, but not be allowed to do it? Why would he give me the answers and no way to give the answers? It sucks. And I can't even help myself. And I've lost everything from being too honest about my own fucking story. Constantly punished. And I don't care about that. I care more about why. Why give me this intrinsic bullshit, a conscience, and then give me a life that I can't do anything with it. People really just don't like you talking about anything important. They really don't. They get offended by you talking. And it's like, if you got such a fucking problem, why don't you vote different? Stop voting for stupid shit. These problems are going to get worse. You think I'm the first homeless people you're going to see? No. Unify just laid off everybody. Get used to it. There's about to be a lot more fucking homeless people. Dumbasses. Voting in goddamn Democratic people in this fucking state. That's what you get. That's what you get. Fucking Roy Cooper and everybody else. Crooked ass sons of bitches. Not to mention the sheriffs in this fucking town are crooked as fuck. Y'all vote them in too. Do you think they don't make money off your downfall? Yes, they do, honey. Yes, they do. The sheriffs are in everybody's fucking pocket. I hate this fucking place, y'all, and I don't want to be here. This cup is so heavy that it literally knocks Mike over. What a smart ass. So you just sit out here and live stream all day? Maybe. You didn't want to hire me. The audacity. The audacity. Thank you, Concetta. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. It's Monday. Yay. Monday. How fun. What was I reading? Something important. Somebody's got to interrupt me and be rude. All of the companies that have laid off in North Carolina: Federal Express, Stewart Haas Racing, PVH, RTI International, Stanley Black & Decker, Delta Apparel, Keystone Powered Metal, Pfizer, Walmart, Nora Craft Companies, Progress Software, Patrick Yarm Meal, Walmart. These are just jobs that they've cut. Something is biting me. Oh my God, what is that? Something that got in my shorts. Fucking ants, homie. Jesus. Something bit my leg. I was like, what is that? Something's like trying to go up my shorts. I had on a shorts under the skirt, but still. UPS, Air General, Unify Manufacturing, which is Unify here, Guys and O'Neill, Kaiser Roth, Kiko. Listen, it's not good, okay? I don't know, it's just not good. I mean, you know it's bad when Google's cutting jobs. There was almost 50,000 people laid off in North Carolina just in March. Just in March. USA Facts. Pink. Just in March. Now let's do that on a larger scale. Let's say we're cutting 25 to 50,000 jobs every month for 1 year. How long do you think it'll take to affect? And it already has. The whole fucking economy's crashing, Brooke. I honestly don't care. I really don't. You know, when the shit hits the fan, I've been talking about it for 4 years and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. Being right is taxing. Especially when people call you dumb, you know? And it's like, but wait a minute, I told you that was going to happen a year before it happened. I did. I sure did. I sure did. Yes, I did. Yes, these ants are lighting me up. I sure did. Everybody's broke. And if these companies are broke, it's only because of their own failures. I mean, look at the U.S. government, how the Biden administration was able to divert funds from FEMA to illegal immigration and things like that. You think the same thing doesn't happen in major companies? It absolutely does. And that's exactly why a lot of these companies are filing for bankruptcy, because they've mishandled their money. Just like the U.S. government did. And ultimately, who pays in the end? The consumer. Us, the citizens. I swear to God, there's an ant in my pant. Sorry, I gotta go. Y'all, these ants. I think I'm sitting in a pile of them or something. I don't see any. Maybe it's just in my head. All the things you said, all the things you said. Ants running through my head, running through my head. All the ants. Seriously. 2 of them bit me. One bit me on the thigh and the other one bit me on the butt. And I'm just done with them. All the things you said, all the things you said, running through my head, running through my head. Remember that? Banger. All them people dying in Texas, y'all. That's so sad. They got a whole group of missing girls. It's like 28 little Girl Scouts. They were at a summer camp and it flooded and they can't find them. And like their parents are out there flipping over debris looking for their child's bodies. I mean, it's horrific. I think around 80 people have died. There's tons of people missing. And where's the government? Are they there? "82 people have died." And they still don't know where those little girls are. Oh. I know, and they're saying that it's supposed to rain a lot more this week. A whole lot more. Anyone caught lying will be blocked. It's hot. My face is burnt. That's a fake account, y'all. Some of these are fakes. Hello. I live in Houston. Y'all didn't get hit, did you? That's a fake account. That account was made 23 minutes ago. No, I'm not worried about a moderator. I hired one and she went missing, so we'll try again next year, like I said yesterday. I want to be able to pay my moderator, $50,000 a year. So that's why I didn't have a moderator, is because I was initially trying to do things the right way. Yeah, the right way. Yeah, I know nobody else on YouTube has ever done it the right way. I get it. I was trying to do things the right way. I wasn't going to get a moderator until I was actually making enough money to actually pay that moderator, because that's the right way. And so we'll circle back around in a few years when I have enough money to do that. That's the problem with YouTube. They just exploit, 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 exploit. They got everything set up in their benefit. So it looks like millions of people are under flood alerts as tropical depression Chantal, listen. More than 5 million people are under flood alerts in North Carolina and Virginia, with nearly 2 million under flash flood warnings. Yo. What do y'all want to do today? I was trying to mind my business and make content, but you know, apparently I'm not allowed to do that in this town. Can't even damn sit there and mind my business without people all up in my mouth. I mean, I tell you. Her baby number 2 was on the way. With you on my mind. It's good to hear from you again. Boy, what a coincidence. Sun's bright as hell, man. I was just thinking about you. Ant. Got him. Let me show you something. So we're going to call the homeless shelter that's nearest to here, and I want you to hear the first thing that comes out of their mouth on their voice recording. This is going to show you what they're after and what their motives are, because they're going to tell you themselves what their motives are on this recording. I love it. I love it when I'm right. So this is the interactive homeless shelter that's closest to me. Listen to this shit.
Calling the Interactive Resource Center. Our regular business hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Please listen to the following menu so that we can best serve your needs.
Listen.
If you are interested in volunteering or making a donation, please dial 3. To reach the PASS team, please dial 4. To reach the medical clinic, please dial 5. If you are interested in coordinating or donating meals, please dial 6. If you need information about mail, please dial 7. To speak to a staff member anytime, please dial 7. Thank you and have a nice day.
At what point did you hear press 1 if you need housing, press 2 if you need a meal, press 3 if you need a shower, press 4 if you need some rest? Let's call back and talk to someone, shall we? The number one thing out of her fucking mouth was, if you want to make a donation, press 1. I wish I could get their financial records. 0. The general mailbox. Yeah, no. The general you have reached they opened at 8 o'clock. And there's no one to talk to. At a homeless shelter. Where their first concern was donations. Give me a minute. Let me cook. The Interactive Resource System Center. How much in donations did the Interactive Resource Center earn in 2024? Y'all, I'm so angry. And I bet you not one person, fucking millions. Almost 3 million last year. And not one person has helped. There's not even anybody there to pick up the phone. When are people gonna wake up and realize that it's all a lie? They are scamming people. And where that money is going, not back into the community to help homeless people, there's not even anybody to pick up the fucking phone. They reported almost $3 million in donations. That's what they reported. This is the same homeless shelter where the guy was shot dead, the 25-year-old male that's on my post, my community post. This is the same homeless shelter where they found his body last week. That was just reported money. That's not including federal funding, grants. And they're helping no one. They're helping no one. It's all a fucking scam. It's all a fucking scam for money. Where's the money going? The Interactive Resource System is a nonprofit organization. Is that what we're going with? The lies. $3 million, a nonprofit, and no one's getting help. There's no one there to even answer the freaking phone. And your first option on that call is to make a donation, not to actually present people who are homeless with resources? Ugh. I hope this place burns to the fucking ground. And everybody that works there deserves to die. They're complicit in evil and a scam. Do you know how many people could be helped with $3 million? And I bet you money that not one person was even helped remotely with that money last year. Makes me so frustrated. This is a horrible place. Debbie Sutherland said, this is a horrible place. It's supposed to help the homeless and destitute people. Instead, they belittle and demean the people. They are treated with very little respect or dignity. I've experienced homelessness before, and they are practically no help. I hate to sound so negative about the place that is supposed to assist, but it's the attitude from the front lobby employees. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Google user, working with many support groups for the homeless, needy, and less fortunate, I have found this community resource center to be very uninviting to receiving donations. Several times I've been involved in delivering donations, and we have never received a smile or a thank you, or this will help the people so much. This is a disturbing situation because I can only imagine how they treat the people that are staying there. Interesting. Rachel Snipes, I feel that this place rarely meets the needs of the people who uses the program. During my visit, I sat in the waiting area for over 35 minutes and my name was never called. I saw a man kick a chair because he had not received services, and I talked with a man who needed high blood pressure medication, but no one would answer the phone so that he could set up an appointment. This is a horrible place to come for help. JS said, they turn away gently used clothing, clean and stain-free, and household items, and then recommend terrible charities to take them to. Yashina Stanley Green Neal said, your staff is rude and hateful. You need someone else that is kind and respectful to others. You need to get rid of them that work at the front office because they are rude. What do I tell y'all? I don't put myself in situations where I know shit's going to go south. One of them employees yell at me. It might be the last time she ever has a voice come out of her voice box. I don't put myself in the position to where I'm going to have to whoop some ass. I stay away from places like this because I grew up in places like this and I know what places like this has to offer. There's nothing different between the foster care system and a homeless shelter. It is the same thing. You heard me. The foster care system is a homeless shelter and vice versa. I grew up in these places. You said poor management and supervision, unprofessional, unfriendly, biased, uncaring, argumentative, pretentious staff. This is a temporary shelter provision. Only in so it's got to be less than 25 degrees to even get housing. Woo! Y'all, only in below 25 degrees and natural disasters. That's the only time they'll house you, is if it's below 25 degrees or it's flooding the streets or it's snowing. Interesting. Thank you. Guests are treated like a number and a paycheck. You don't say, because they get funding per bed that they fill for homeless person. This location harbors those with severe mental health issues and breeds violence. Girl, thank you. I already knew that. I didn't need to go see for myself. I grew up in these places, so I know. Someone said, this was Lusa Crawford. Been without proper housing since November. Recently signed up with the service. It's good for showers and other certain services, but the mail service is not great, and there's a lot of drama. They need help. This is a wonderful place if you like drama. I have to deal with drama as a day job, so no thank you. Tanisha said, Womack said, I only give 1 star because they need to change up hospitality. When did people come in the door? You get a blank stare, no smile, no welcoming greeting from the door, and you get people that's not trying to help you. They're supposed to be there helping you. They're yelling throughout the day room that somebody stinks, somebody needs to take a bath, unacceptable. Y'all, some people don't use periods and explanation points, and it confuses me. She said that the resource center staff would yell at certain homeless people and tell them that they stink, that they needed to shower. Miss Tiffany Dumas ran it over. However, I don't know what this lady is saying. She pretty much says that the staff there tear down the homeless people. That's what she's saying. She says things need to be fixed. I don't know how you can encourage someone when you're tearing them down and you put these people in a place to do that's unacceptable. I needed emergency shelter for my kids and I. Ow! Aunt. I needed emergency shelter for my kids and I. I was told by the front desk at 12:30 that she didn't start yet, maybe at 12:40, but I got back 10 minutes later to the front desk and she said she had called my name at 12:30 and she wouldn't see me and my family. I don't know how you're helping people and you turn them down. Then you have an attitude about helping people. I don't know, y'all. Ooh, Suki! 11 months ago. The tea! Oh my God. So this is not a homeless person. This is some mandated reporter that says, if you are an administrator, hospital, or social service provider, or any kind of counselor or probation officer, please stop sending people to this place. They have no funding, no resources, and no housing. They will tell you that theirself, that this place is where you send somebody to just get them out of your face. What did I tell you guys? I believe every word. I believe every word because I already know what it is. Wow. But they got $3 million just in donations last year, not to mention the grants, the federal funding, all of this extra money, donations, food, community service. You know, button number one, if you would like to volunteer and or donate. So their overhead cost for employees is next to nothing because they take on volunteers to serve food and to run the shelter. And nobody's being helped. And I know how to fix it, but I can't even help myself. So, you know, this is life now. Wow. So this guy, it actually has like his LinkedIn attached or whatever. Let me go see. I'm trying to figure out who he is. No, it goes to his reviews. Shit. Let me creep on his reviews and see if I can figure out who he is. Oil change, insurance. Nothing. Damn. But he says, stop sending people to this place. They have no funding, no resources, and no housing. They will tell you that themselves. And then we called and nobody even answered the phone. They opened at 8 o'clock, by the way. So someone said a year ago, make it 24 hours for the homeless. These people have no one and nowhere to go. So the general census is unless it's below 25 degrees or there's a natural disaster, they do not let these people stay overnight in the shelter. Or this is saying make it 24 hours for the homeless. So it sounds like they let them in at night, let them sleep for a few hours, and then kick them out in the morning. Which is, you know, I mean, I see both sides. If we provide housing for these people without any expectations, they will just take. Look at the welfare system. I see both sides. Jerry Jones said, this place is a scam. The owner has ties with the city government. It needs an IRS audit for sure. What did I fucking say before we even got started? What did I believe every word of it. I believe every word of it. What did I say? I said somebody's in on this. Somebody's making some fucking money. Who's the sheriff? Who's got his hands in the honeypot? Somebody's got their hands in the honeypot. And now here is a comment saying the place has ties with the city government. It needs an IRS audit for sure. And then the $3 million that they got in donations. Where did that money go? A year ago, FR said, hoards wealth is never open mismanagement of charitable funds. Go to a homeless shelter, they said. Content makes itself, don't it? I love it. Poor management, not cleaned properly. Horrible staff, untrained and unfriendly. It does not help the clients. Worst help for humanity possible. Awful. Jesus Christ, the 1-star ratings far outweigh the positive ones. This is crazy. Oh, wow. So, there's a video. Ooh. Hold on. The video's been taken down. Shit. Suki. The tea. Suki, it's so hot. So, someone named Dane Jenkins 6 months ago posted a video. It looks like the homeless shelter has somehow got in touch with Google to take the video down. But there's still an explanation. So he starts with, my video is a conversation with a worker inside of the homeless shelter. That video was taken down. Probably because the worker was not acting like a worker. You know what I mean? So let's read this. The middle is for the homelessness to sleep on the floor. They just move tables out of the way. The rest is either in a warehouse office or for other projects. 75% of the establishment does not give direct support to the homeless. So this person is saying that they actually During the day, they have tables out in this room where homeless people can come, maybe get some work done, or I don't know, sit around and chill. I don't know. At night, they move all of the tables out of the middle of this room and they make the homeless people sleep on the floor. And let me just reiterate that they got $3 million almost in donations last year. And there's no cots, no jail mattresses, no nothing. Allegedly. Allegedly. And this person is claiming, Dane, and he's actually a local guide, he's claiming that 75% of the funding does not go to direct support of the homeless. And I know that that's true because I know how much money they got and I know how many people they didn't help. Also, there's a very small shelter outside. It's about the size of a bus stop. The rest of the parking lot is marked for cars. Another fumble. Most homeless people, especially the ones that go out there, don't have cars. You see the parking lot full of people clustered in all areas. Go to a homeless shelter when I hate people and the parking lot's full of just random people. Yeah, what could go wrong? Recently, the director decided that they were better suited as a day center. So they did switch. They're not letting people sleep there. It's a day center now. Jesus fucking Christ. Is this it? Am I going to go to every homeless shelter and audit them in the country, Lord? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do about it? I know it's fucked up. I know they're scam artists. They've been for years. What do you want me to do? Huh. All right. So this is a day center now. I didn't read anything about helping the homeless specifically when I came into the shelter. It was about how to run the center and money. I would strongly suggest the center and the city to take this advice. A, know that in homelessness, we don't care about the back end deals and who's right or wrong. We need this place to provide shelter, peace of mind, and the promise of hope to be delivered. Just like you said in your campaigns. Number 2, reopen the center as a shelter, because it's not, people can't even sleep there anymore, and they're receiving millions in donations. Number 3, get rid of the warehouse. The mayor and the director can call any and all businesses and ask for space for those things. UNCG, Moses Cone, any abandoned building, etc., can help provide an area for warehousing. Items can be moved around by volunteers and donated. Cars from good companies like LKQ, and the city itself picks up plenty of cars. Number 4, get rid of the offices. If a person wants to work on behalf of the homeless, there is no reason they can't utilize the center desk or sit with their customers at tables they provide. If that is not okay, then they can do a hybrid and work from home and then come in and sit with the customers that they are supposed to be helping. I agree. Why do they have private offices and the homeless people ain't even got a damn bed or a mat? Sleeping on the damn floor. Who owns this place? Who owns this fucking place? Because it's a non-profit. Who owns the Initiative Resource Center in Greensboro, North Carolina? I said, who owns it? And you can't even... Yes, here it is. Last year in October, they stopped letting homeless people stay overnight in the shelter. So the only homeless shelter that's even remotely close to me does not allow overnight staying unless it's under 25 degrees or there's a natural disaster. The Interactive Resource Center has announced that they're scaling back operations and will no longer operate overnight, starting December 1st of 24. But they're still getting that grant and that funding and those donations. There's been a 350% increase in demand for services. Y'all, it bothers me so bad. It makes me so angry. It makes me want to kill people. Those are families with children that have lost their jobs, that have probably been laid off, that can't afford fucking rent. A 350% increase since last year of demand for services. And all that money is being wasted. They're open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. That's it. That's your homeless shelter that everybody tells me to go to. Here's the reality. Here's the reality. This is the real world. You can't even sleep there overnight, honey. It makes me so fucking angry because of the money. Do y'all know how much money it would take to help a singular family? Less than $10,000 to get them on their feet. They done studies on this. They gave homeless people money. They gave them $10,000 and they said, go live your life. And you know what those homeless people did with that money? They bought themselves resources. They got a house, they bought a car, and they spent that money wisely. They've done studies on this. Fact check me. There's a whole 2-hour special here on YouTube you can go watch. Homeless people were given money and they used it for positive resources. Look it up. Do you know how much money $3 million, even $2 million, $1 million, do you know how many families that could actually help? And none of them are being helped. This interactive community resource center is simply taking in money and not even opening their doors for homeless people to sleep there. And the first thing out of their mouth when you call them for help is to make a donation and or volunteer. I bet you 2,000, 3,000, maybe even 5,000 families could have been taken off the streets with those millions of dollars. Thousands of people could have been helped, and no one was. And where's that money? Great question. It's not going back into like help homelessness. They're not even open, but from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. They're open 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. What do you think they do? They don't let you sleep there. They don't give you any fucking resources. You can't even get nobody on the phone. And it's Monday at 9:30 a.m. They've been open for an hour and a half. Makes me so mad, y'all. It does. It makes me like literally want to drive my ass down there and have words with these fuckers. And I can't even figure out who owns that place. Who are the owners of the Interactive Resource System, Center in Greensboro? It's a nonprofit and it won't give me a name, but there's a name. It's led by Bettina Curtin. Hold on one second. Let's look up Bettina. Crooked ass bitch. Oh no, but that ain't Bettina, is it? Oh, there's Bettina. You don't say. You don't say. Bettina looks like she's very well fed. Nice suit you got on there, girl. Located in downtown Greensboro, 1 block from the depot, the IRC is a place for people experiencing homelessness to congregate in a safe space. Really? Really? You just had a guy get shot and killed on your property last week. It's a safe space? Bettina, I think you're a liar and a scam artist. Here's the leadership team. These are the women responsible for stealing millions of dollars, in my opinion, in donations, federal funding, grants, and not helping anyone. Because if they wanted to help someone, they would have the homeless shelter open for homeless people to sleep in at night. But last year, they decided, this team of bitches decided that they were going to close the homeless shelter, and it would only be open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., at which time no one would be able to sleep there. Which is the whole purpose of a fucking homeless shelter, in case you didn't know. This is unbelievable. What do I say? I don't pick the content, it picks me. Unbelievable. Board of directors. I wonder how many of these people were DEI hires. With DEI comes scam, honey. So it is not owned, while the IRC is not owned by one individual, it is led by Bettina Curtin, who was appointed as the new executive director. When? When was she appointed? When was Bettina Curtin appointed head of the IRC in Greensboro? April of this year. So she was put in this position in April of this year. So who was the lead before? Interactive Resource Center announces new executive executive director. Bettina Curtin, who has served at the IRC's interim executive director since November, will now officially step into permanent role. Who was the director of the IRC in 2023, Greensboro Resource Center? Christina Shingleton was the executive director of the IRC in Greensboro. She resigned. Why did she resign? Oh, why did she resign? No, you don't get to drop. Why did she resign? Maybe Bettina is not the bad guy. Maybe Christina's the bad guy and Bettina's coming to clean up the mess. I don't know. Let me cook. Why did she resign? Interactive Resource Center executive director resigns and steps down as Bettina Curtin is named an interim role as Christina Shingleton steps down. Hold on. So Christina Shingleton has served the role of executive director for the homeless shelter since 2021. They switch in positions so much, it's going to be hard to figure out who was stealing. Somebody's stealing. Where does $3 million go? And that's just the money we know about. That's not the federal funding, the grants, the physical donations of food, physical donations of clothes, physical donations of formula, diapers, things like that. We're talking about this place, y'all, in my opinion, they've probably been bringing in probably about $10 million a year. And no one's being helped. They don't even have resources for the homeless, but the whole shelter is supposed to be set up for resources for the homeless. Make it make sense. Where is all this money? How long has the Interactive Resource Center been open in Greensboro, North Carolina? How many years? What year did the IRC open in Greensboro, North Carolina? 2009. Isn't that interesting? That's the year that everything started going to shit. Remember Obama? Very interesting. The IRC opened in 2009 as a drop-in day center for people experiencing homelessness and expanded into a round-the-clock resource center in January of 2009. Now they're not around the clock. Now you get to go there from 3 p.m. From 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and there's no resources. The arrangement was never meant to be permanent. Then why even build the place and take on donations, you scam artist? But the levels of homelessness have dramatically increased the city and permanent low or no-cost housing solutions into a stall. And it's just going up. It's just going up. We went from over 600 guests to almost 1,000 in a matter of 2 years. Oh, hold up. The center is overwhelmed, underfunded, and increasingly the target of ire from neighboring businesses and the city's leaders concerned. It's becoming a dangerous eyesore. What gave that away? The dead body in the parking lot last week? Simmering tensions boiled over last week at the city council meeting where IRC board chairman Jim King said the board would close the center this week unless the council approved a $600,000 in funding, citing concerns about management, transparency, and planning. The council was only willing to consider $300,000. That's the same level at which the city and the county both funded the center when it intentionally moved to 24 hours of service. The IRC aimed to raise an additional $300,000, but has fallen well short of that goal. No, they didn't. They received $3 million in funding. No, they didn't. Why didn't they take that $3 million they got in donations and take $300,000 of it and put it towards the center? I'm so sick of this shit. After a long, intense back and forth, the council tabled the funding question until July 25th work session, by which King agreed the center would provide an overdue plan for improvements to health, safety, security measures for the next 30, 60, and 90 days. A final decision on funding is scheduled for the council's August 5th meeting. Imagine making $3 million in donations and then going to the city council and lying. And how does the city council not know that they made $3 million in donations, but I do? The property does not pay taxes because it's a nonprofit, so they don't pay taxes on any of the money that they get. Okay, so I'm getting a little more. All right, let me think. So there's some dude named Matheny. It's the council's only Republican. He left his seat in 2015 to become president of the DGI. Some on the council and across the city said that it would be a conflict of interest for him to hold both positions, but he returned to office in 2022, dismissing such concerns. The only conflict he sees is the council's vote on the organization's budget, he said, from which he has recused himself. He goes on to say Christina, who was the original lady exactly, tax exempt. Yeah, the community shouldn't, yeah, it's not a shelter now, but it was. It will turn into a shelter if it's below 25 degrees or there's a natural disaster. Anyone asking my location will be blocked. Anyone lying will be blocked. Anyone sexually harassing me will be blocked. Anyone lying will be blocked. My own channel members asking ignorant questions, you'll be blocked. Is that what they make, KZ? The whole system is broken. They need the grants to keep their $90,000 a year salaries. No way. I believe every word of it. It's probably over 100,000. They're probably making six figures scamming people because the money is not going back into the help homeless people. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's not going back into the community. Last week, never mind. So it looks like the original director from 2022, that Christina girl, this guy, Matheny, who was the president, he said that Christina is trying to throw these things at me to distract me from the reality. The reality is the situation is totally out of hand at the interactive resource system. It's not good for downtown. It's not good for the city. It's not good for the people who are there and need help. Something has to change. And that does not mean closing the IRC. That means changing the IRC, and that means improving the IRC. So whoever this man was, this Matheny, he seems like he's the only person that actually cared, and he knew that there was misuse of funds and misappropriation of funds, and that the lead director, Christina, was a piece of shit. Because this article is from last year, and this is when they were kicking Christina out. She resigned, and the new lady that I just showed you, she stepped in. Common misconception. There's homeless shelters all over the country. The reality is there's not. I gotta go pee. Oh, gotta go pee. Yeah, just taking money and leaving people out in the streets to die. It's crazy. It makes me so angry. So wrong. Classic money laundering. Something. You know, let's see what that one lady's pay is. We can look that up. That's public information. What was her name? Beatrice Curtin. Lord have mercy. Bettina Curtin. Damn, it's out. What is Bettina Curtin's salary for the IRC? Jesus. What is Bettina Curtin's salary for the IRC? So she's the executive director. The average salary is around 80, but it could go, it says the average base salary for the senior director of the international, no, that's not it. This is not helping me. Hold on one second. You know, because it's a non-profit, you might not be able to find that out. What does the average director make to be the head of a nonprofit? $75,000 to $125,000 a year, and this factors in the organization's budget, location, and the executive director's experience. So this bitch is probably making six figures. Let's be real. Let's be real. And if I do, so what? Y'all are the reason for that. People act like I give a fuck what they think. I don't give a fuck. If I gotta go stay at my Uncle Randy's to wash my ass, that's my fucking choice. Lord. And no, I haven't been over there to my regular followers that care, but, you know, it's just exhausting. Thank you, 3-in-1. Golf Ministries. I mean, people are ridiculous. They act like they act like they got their own place and they don't live at home with mom and daddy. And we all know most of them do, or otherwise they wouldn't be stalking me like they are. Who has time to stalk me like this? Without a job and no goals. Somebody without a job and no goals. Hey, Scratch and Sniff. Oh my God. No! Girl, I did not hide you. YouTube hid your comment. I just unblocked it. I'm sorry. YouTube. Like a sloth and Scratch. Sorry. Good morning. Mommy, and those are their roommates. Yeah, that's right. Imagine going home from a bar with somebody and they're like, oh, when we get to my house, don't mind my roommates. And it's their grown ass. Oh, God, here we go. I just can't, you know? I can't. The troll accounts. Be safe. Have a good day at work, Doc. Don't work too hard out there. I'm on down. Go find a bathroom. Damn, that shit's black. I gotta use the bathroom so bad, y'all. People are ridiculous. Yeah, if I have to stay at my uncle's house, so be it. I haven't yet, but you never know what can happen. Life's so uncertain out here, you just don't know, you know? Oh, shit. Y'all. I like to just went down bad. This cup is so heavy. Let's see if I can get it down here. Nope. That's not going to stay. It's going to fall. See what I mean? I don't have anywhere to put this big ass cup, y'all. That's the problem. These cup holders ain't worth a damn. Maybe that'll sit there. I got to pee so bad I can't think about nothing but the bathroom, if I'm being honest. I drank that damn coffee. I'm feeling better, though. Y'all, what are we going to do if we all get fucking laid off? Like, seriously. I mean, it's getting bad out here, you know? You go to McDonald's or Taco Bell in the middle of the night and they got one worker in there. Damn wait time's an hour and a half, you know? Like, what if this continues? Because I don't see any signs of it stopping. The homelessness problem is just going to get worse, and there's no resources. Not in this fucking state, honey. I think, you know, honestly, liberal states do a little bit better than the Republican states when it comes to community programs helping the homeless and stuff like that. It's just a fact. Not that I would ever go to one of those states, but, you know, it's just a fact. North Carolina, they operate like a sanctuary state when it's immigrants, but if it's Americans, then they're not trying to help them. It's just how it is. Does this guy see me? Okay. Thank you. I gotta pee. I gotta pee. Trash. We should go get lunch. We should go get lunch. Yeah, North Carolina's always been a bad state. I agree, Sarah, when it comes to help and resources. Yeah, I agree. It's not the best state for... Hold on one second, y'all. There we go. It's cutting my resolution down so I don't burn my phone up, honey. Are you there? Yeah. Put you in there. I'm wondering if I want to go into the middle of town or what I want to do. Let's go into town, I guess. I guess my cup will stay there. It's kind of locked in. I got it locked in right there, you see? So it's kind of locked in. Oh, God. Let me just try not to break it. And this vape is dead. I need a pod. Oh. I'll throw this one away. And that one's dead. For real. Forget a possibilities. Where's my glasses? Just giving myself back. All right, let's go. You ready? Got your helmet on? Ow, that was my finger. It's all right. I got 10. It'll be all right if I lose one. It's not gonna throw my balance off like my toes will. It's gonna be a track. Shit. Oh. Skirt. Watch. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, I'm so sick of Apple. Can't wait to go to Android shit. Sorry. Thought was that for real? I can't see. The phone was so dark I couldn't see. Sorry. Sorry. Favorite song. Lord, I'm on a bicycle down the road without some lady giving me the bombastic side eye. Better watch it, girl. Slap them things in the back of your head. Never to be seen again. What happened to her eyes? She met Brooke. Now she ain't got no eyes. They in the back of her brain. Ben. Ah! Come on, y'all hold me up. No, go ahead. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh. Hollow heroes separate as they run. Oh, he's coming. Hold on. Shit. They got the road blocked, y'all. Come on, buddy. You got more than enough room. You shouldn't drive a truck if you don't know how to drive it. You had more than enough room. You're an idiot. My legs hurt. Trash soda. I'm gonna go around. Sorry, dude. Trying to get out your way. Cars coming from everywhere. They got the road construction going. Got the road fucking blocked off, all crazy. God, my quads are screaming, y'all. I need a break. Can't see nothing. Y'all don't deserve to talk. Y'all sitting here lying. This is why. You worried about something that took place last week. Thank you. Thank you, Simcha. It's nobody's business how I'm keeping myself clean, because if I tell the internet, they'll call the cops. God. Anyone worried about how I washed my ass is going to be blocked. You're not worried about what you're supposed to be worried about. We don't do retracted messages on this channel. We don't do any of that on this channel. You're supposed to be an adult, so act like it. Anyone being ignorant will be blocked. There is no social services, and what do you want them to do? Some of y'all are so dumb. Don't bring up Planet Fitness. Thank you. That's a troll, y'all. That person's that kindness, but whatever, has been trolling for a week. And I let it go, and I should have blocked him immediately. My nose is running. Nose is running. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you. I like your style. I'm gonna make it through this cut. So they can say, dance, monkey, dance, monkey, dance, monkey. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. Oh, this hill. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. I tell you, my quads and shit are so tight. My glutes from doing this. Oh, come on. This hill, it's no joke. Cups getting in the way, water spilling everywhere. Shit's in the wind. This is in the way, hit my knee. Shit. I got up the hill. My bike. It won't even change gears. Oh. Yep, it won't even change gears now. I done broke it. $200 bike broke within the first week from Walmart. No shit. You kidding me, right? No, I'm not. Swear to God, I'll show you when we stop. It's broke. $200. Can't even change the gears anymore. Ain't even had it a week. Point in case. Case in point. It's broken. Every fucking thing you buy is a piece of shit nowadays. It's exhausting. I shift it lower, the lower the gears go and the less movement I have. Fuck! It's broke. Of course it is. It came from fucking Walmart. What else would it be? Functioning? No. Blame society. Why? Because they don't complain about the things that they should. No, they're worried about fucking Carmelo Anthony when they need to be fucking complaining about the fruits and vegetables. Ugh, this bike is worthless now. It's not even working. I'm getting pissed. I just spent $200 on this goddamn bike and it's broke. It's broke. The gears won't shift. How do I get it to go back up? You can't. The lower I go, the less easier it is to... The lower I go, the less traction I have. I need it to go back up to 8, and now it's broke. This gear is supposed to be shifting, and it's not. It's broke. Now I have to work twice as hard just to get some speed up because I have no damn, whatever it's called, gears. Can't even pedal. God damn, dude, this is so... You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, boss. The bike is worthless. We'll just throw it in the fucking trash. You don't understand. There's no resistance. I'm pedaling towards nowhere. The pedals don't work without the gears working. You gotta be kidding me. I ain't even had it 7 days. It's not even been 7 days and it's broke. And it was $200. I guess that's my fault, right? Yeah. I'm exhausted from this bullshit. I'm so sick of being on this fucking earth. I'm working triple the work just to pedal to go 1 mile an hour. If it was on 8, I'd be going 30 miles an hour. That's what I'm saying. It defeats the whole fucking purpose without the gears. The bike is trash. Great. $200 down the drain. My only means of transportation down the drain. And it's broken. Who would think that the most expensive bike on the shelf would break within a fucking week? Who would think? It's Ozark Trail. And it's broke. No, I don't have the fucking receipt. Shut up. Thank God everything's downhill from here, because I'd be fucked if it wasn't. This is crazy. This cup holder. My whole knee is entirely bruised from it. That's a blind turn. Shit. wait to slow down to even pedal because it won't pedal when it's going fast because the gears don't work. Nope, not slow enough. Got to slow all the way down for the pedals to even work. Still not slow enough. The whole bike is broke. There we go.